All right, week 5, assignment 3. Now, here we're doing something a little bit different, have a calculator on the side, and hopefully that helps transitioning from going back and forth, and doing the multiplications and adding and subtracting. Well, this assignment is about spheres and hemispheres. A hemisphere is just half a circle, but with the flat top. So if you could imagine cutting an orange in half, that would be a hemisphere. So a sphere has a diameter, has radius, a great circle, and center. So here, a sphere is a solid which each point is equal distance from the center point. The great circle slices the sphere into two hemispheres. So the diameter is just like a regular circle from edge to edge of a circle, and then the radius is from the center of the circle to the edge of a circle. The great circle is just a circle within the sphere, like Inception, a dream within a dream within a dream, right? So a center is just the center of the circle. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to find the volume, and that's units cubed. So volume is always going to be units cubed. So that means you put the little 3 in the exponent area. Let's see, we're also going to do surface area, so it should be a rather quick assignment if you just buckle down and get to work on it. So let's see, where are we at? Okay, so I'm hoping these colors make it livelier, so it's not just black and white. So hopefully you could get a little visual excitement there. Okay, so now volume. Now if you see on the bottom left there's a volume formula. So the way I write it down is 4 pi r cubed all over 3, and this helps with the just putting it in the calculator. So I'm just going to write it out so you can see it. V equals 4 pi r cubed all over 3. Now my radius is going to be 7 inches. So right there, r equals 7. So my units is going to be in inches. And now, just plug it in. So here in a little bit, you're going to see me messing with the calculator. 7 cubed over 3. So now, I could have just put 7 cubed in the calculator, but some students still get confused that they'll multiply 7 times 3, but it's actually 3 sevens. So you multiply 7 times 7 times 7, which is 343. So I just plug that in and then keep the pi still. Now the pi, I'm going to multiply that at the very end. That way there's not a lot of decimals floating around. So here I multiply times 4, and I write it down. B equals 1,372 times pi divided by 3. And then now I'm going to divide by 3. So in the calculator on the right, it is 457.3333 and so on. So just cut off here, 0.33 times pi. Now 3, so I already divided by 3, so let me erase that real quick. Sorry. Where's the eraser? There it is. Erase, there it is. Okay. So now, and I gotta multiply 457.333 times pi. So now I just multiply times pi. Now this is kind of the calculators, the yellow calculator we have at school. So hopefully you can understand what's going on. So 1,436.75, or if I round up, 0.76. Now it's gonna be in inches cubed. So 1436.76 inches cubed. Now again, guys, I am checking these by hand, so if you come remotely close to this answer, I will give you credit for it. So don't get scared if you get it wrong or something. All right, let me make that look a little bit prettier. All right. So the next one is just another example using diameter instead. You just plug it in. So the diameter, remember, you just divide by 2 and you get your radius. So that's what your r equals. Number 3 is going to be surface area. So here we're going to have a surface area of a sphere. So we're still working with sphere. Now, let's see. Different color. Let's do some red. Well, let me highlight that surface area. So surface area is going to be units cubed. So it's going to be units with the exponent of 2 units cubed. Yeah. Now, we got that. So we're going to use the surface area formula, which is 4 pi r squared. Again, r is radius. So right there, I'm just going to write it down. Surface area equals 4 times pi times r squared. And then I'll just plug in for r, which I'll do here, equals r equals, again, from the center to the edge of the sphere, that is your radius. So 4 times pi parentheses 2.8, and then squared. Again, I leave the units to the end just so you have a cleaner, surface to work on. I don't want it to be bogged down with lots of letters, and that's a small amount of space. So again, 2.8 times 2.8, it's not 2.8 times 2, it's 2.8 times 2.8, which gives me 7.84. I still have pi there, so now I'm going to multiply 7.84 times 4, which is going to give me 31.36. So now I still have pi. Now I'm going to multiply it by pi. So I don't know if you noticed yet, but these problems are pretty straightforward. You just got to find r and then plug it in. Hopefully this assignment was a lot easier than the other ones. So 98.52, and then my units is meters squared. So 98.52 meters squared. That is how you do surface area. Okay. So I am going to do the ones, pretty much all of them. Here, the next one, it's the same thing, but we have diameter, so we're giving you examples with radius and examples with diameter. So the diameter is just 2 times the radius, or the radius is half the diameter. So if the diameter is 24, half of 24 is 12. So we have r equals 12 millimeters. Again, the whole diameter is 24, and half of that, from there to there, from the center to the edge, is my radius. So now I'll just plug in my radius. So 4 pi 12 squared equals, so I know 12 times 12 is 144, so I didn't use a calculator there. But yeah, maybe I should. Not everybody knows what 12 times 12 is. So it's not 12 times 2, again, reiterating, it's 12 times 12. So 4 times 144 is 576. We still have our pi, so we're going to eat the pi here, multiply by pi, and we're going to have 1,809.557, or if we round it, 0.56 millimeters squared. Again, surface area is always squared. Area is always squared. That is how you do that one. It took a minute or two. Now, the next part, hemisphere. So again, if you see that bowl, right, it looks, I don't know, I just find it easy to think of it as an orange cut in half, because that's normally what we cut in half, and it's a sphere or a ball shape. Hemisphere, hemisphere, hemi means half, and then sphere, so hemisphere. Find the volume of each hemisphere. So volume equals 2 over 3 pi r cubed. So again, volume is always units cubed. So the way I'm going to write it down is 2 pi r cubed all over 3 equals, right, we have an r equals 5 kilometers. Plug it in. Again, if you remember alpha y equals enter on the calculator, that brings up the division symbol, and you just plug it in the way you see it, and you're done. So it's a lot easier using the calculator, but I am going to show all the little steps here. So 2 times 5 cubed divided by 3. Now here, again, it's not 5 times 3, so let's try to remember that. 5 times 5 times 5 is 125. So plug that in. 2 times 125 times pi all over 3. So 2 times 125 should be 250. Divide that by 3. So here, 250 all over 3. So that equals 83.33 pi. Now I gotta multiply the pi. So then I'm gonna get, let's see, 261.79 or 261 point, yeah, 0.79 or 0.8. So I'm gonna write, if you're gonna round, yeah, 0.8. So then make sure you have your units. So kilometer cubed, so like kilometer cubed. So those are your two options. And if there's another option close to it, then I'll just give it to you. Alright, that is how you find volume of each hemisphere. So that's a hemisphere formula. And then here, let's see. Yeah, we gotta do another volume one, and then we'll do a surface area. So I know the next page doesn't say anything, but it should be volume. We're going from 5 to 6, so it should be volume again for finding. And then the number 7 says find the surface area of each hemisphere below. So 5 and 6 is the volume, and then 7 is going to be surface area. So here, let's see. Alright, let's write that down. Volume V equals 2 pi r cubed all over 3. Let's use orange here this time. Now my r is going to be half of 18. My diameter is 18 feet, so half of 18 is 9 feet. R equals 9. Plug in the 9 for r. 2 pi 9 cubed all over 3. So 9 times 9 times 9. Alright, let me clear it out. Calculator, 9 times 9 times 9 is 729. So I'm hoping this calculator makes it feel better. Let me know if it's better, or if I could just use the other calculator that's in the computer. I think I kind of find this easy because there's no really lag time. But anywho, 729 times 2 is 1458. So I still have to divide that by 3. So 1458 divided by 3, let's see, is 486 pi. So we still have the pi. Now we're going to eat the pi and multiply it. Now 46 times pi is, let's see, 1526.81. So 1526.81, and then that is my volume. So the units is feet cubed. Feet cubed. All right, box your answer or square. Be more precise. Now let's see. Moving down. Now, are there any more? That's an example of surface area. So we gave you the example, right? So you could work backwards from 8. 8 is the diameter, 7 is the radius. So we're still going to use a formula to find number 7. So here, we got to find surface area. So if you see, I highlighted the surface area with the highlighter, pointing it down. Here I'm bringing it down with a little arrow. So we're going to use 3 pi r squared. So these are the easiest formulas we've been working with so far. Not comparing to the trapezoidal prisms and all that goodness. Alright, now let's see, let's double check. Yep, that's the last of it. So yeah, we're just last problem, guys. Stay with me. 7. Let's see what color to use. Let's use this cool color. I like it. Surface area. It's like a blend of galaxy star color. I don't know. S dot A dot equals 3 pi r squared equals 3 pi. My r is 14. square that. Again, 14 times 14. It's going to be a big number. 196. Alright, so now we still got to multiply. 3 times 196. Oh, 196 times 3. Wrote that wrong. Sorry, brain's working different. Pi. So I just wrote it 196 in front. Doesn't really matter when it's multiplying. Alright, surface area equals, what's 196 times 3? It's 588, and I still have pi there. So now multiply by pi, and then I'm going to get 1847.25, or I could just do 26 and call it a day, right? But remember, our units is yard squared. Yard squared. Now that is how you do it, guys. That is your assignment for this week. Now again, if you have any questions, make sure you email me. Let me know. Make sure you guys are keeping it PG. Don't do anything rated R. Stay well. Come back alive. Hopefully these are helping you guys.